Do you know what is the carbon emission percentage of our world right now? What is the global warming condition? As per the data collected by the United Nations Environment Programme, we see that prior to industrial revolutions, emissions were very low. Growth in emissions was still relatively slow until the mid 20th century. In 1950, the world emitted just over 5 billion tons of carbon dioxide, about the same as US or half of China's annual emissions today. By 1990, this had quadrupled to 22 billion tons. Emissions have continued to grow rapidly. We now emit 36 billion tons each year. If this does not get controlled, the temperature of our Earth will be raised from 1.5 degrees Celsius to 2.5 degrees Celsius by 2030, and this could affect us seriously. Let's take the current scenario. Today, India ranks third across the world in carbon emissions. That is, it amounts to 6.8% of all the carbon emissions across the world. In this 6.8%, the transport sector contributes to 13%, of which we emit 95% through fuel. Due to this, many industries, organizations, and companies are coming together to reduce the carbon footprint. There is an easy way to reduce this carbon footprint. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought of saving carbon dioxide and generate something called a synthetic fuel, which can be reused in our vehicles? So how can we make this possible? It is possible by carbon capture and storing technology. By this solution, we take the carbon dioxide which is emitted through the exhaust, that is simultaneously collected in a pressurized cylinder. Then this collected CO2 is given at any refueling center, which is then transported to the designated conversion plants, which will convert this pressurized CO2 into synthetic fuel, and this can be further reused in vehicles. The industry or the conversion plants uses a stepwise process. In the first step, the air contractor converts the stored CO2 into potassium carbonate. In the second step, the pellet reactor converts the potassium carbonate to calcium carbonate. In the third step, the calciner converts the calcium carbonate into pure CO2. In the fourth step, the pure CO2 from the calciner is run through a process of reverse water gas shift and converts it to carbon monoxide. And in the final step, the Fischer-Tropsch process which converts the carbon monoxide to hydrocarbons, and we get our fuel. In every process, we get pure water as a byproduct which can be used for various purposes. You can refer our team document for more information and insights. So to conclude, the whole idea helps reduce a good chunk of pollution caused by road transportation and attain the net negative status in a fast and easy manner.